Hi, welcome to My Market Kitchen. I'm Ben O'Donoghue, and with me today we have...
Joe Vargetto from Mr. Bianco & Q and Massey in Melbourne.
Welcome.
Thank you very much, Ben. Lovely to be here.
So Joe, today we're having an Italian masterclass. What are we cooking?
We're doing some beautiful specialities from Sicily. Cavatelli hand-rolled pasta and a beautiful braised rabbit.
So is that your background? It's Sicilian?
Yeah, both my parents are Sicilian. My mom's from Messina, my dad is from Ragusa. So that's why we're doing this beautiful recipe from rabbit ragusano. So rabbit from Ragusa.
Yeah.
And I have my head chef at Mr. Bianco, Christian.
Hello.
And we're going to do the dough. So we have measured out 350 grams of semolina and 100 grams of
Tipo
00 flour. And now we're going to add the eggs and some olive oil.
Okay, cool. Is this currently on the menu at the restaurant?
Yes, so the Cavatelli is one of these things that we can't really take off. Being a Sicilian restaurant, it's a kind of a go-to speciality that we have. The sauces often change depending on seasons, availability of the rabbits, but it is a dish that's always on the menu.
Yeah. So Chris is doing all the hard work.
Chris, is well, you know, we're doing all the talking. Someone had to do the work. So Christian here at the moment is just amalgamating all the flour. So there's two types of flour: semolina, which is a more coarser flour, and the tipo 00, which is a more processed flour, more lighter. And what it is basically working the two flours together, adding the eggs, the water, the olive oil, and then making the dough.
And you have to get it super smooth. Is that the idea?
It's important to make it super smooth, but again, Cavatelli is not a high-end pasta. It's more of a very peasant so on. That's why it uses a lot of semolina. It takes a long time to cook, about 20 to 25 minutes. And then one of the is that once you toss those Cavatelli, and you'll see we'll make the little grooves inside the pasta, all the sauce gets
sticks to it.
Sticks to it. It's not as
Well, it looks like Christo's done a good job there, mate.
He's done an amazing job. So the ragu, we need to grab some rabbits. These are some lovely wild rabbit. You can get the farmed ones.
And the difference in flavour is these are like obviously far more gamier, richer.
And they do take a little bit longer to braise as well. Next to it here is, I've just brought some chicken thighs, just in case that people don't like rabbit. You can substitute the chicken. Yeah,
it's almost a similar kind of meat, isn't it?
It is, with all the
colour. So where are we with the pasta? What happens? You've rolled it?
What Christian will do is he'll cut it like that, and you'll break the elasticity. So all of a sudden, as it's kind of shrinking down, you cut it, it just
relaxes.
Relaxes. So what happens, you don't have to rest it as much, or you can go straight from now. And all it is just like that.
Roll it out a little bit.
And then Christian will cut them into like little squares, and then what we'll do is we'll roll it on the board. I call it a washboard, or it's a pasta roller. It doesn't need to be a board per se. You can use the back of a tile. You can use
a fork, the back of a fork, if you want the ridges.
So what we've done is we've cut it into different shapes. So we've done small ones, some medium-sized one, and some long ones.
Yeah, right.
So this one we'll do maybe with 3 fingers.
Yep.
This one we'll do with 1, and maybe this one we'll do with the side of the thumb.
Okay, yep. Cool.
So we'll start with maybe the smaller version.
And what are your fingers like, Christian? They must be pretty tough from rolling all this pasta, huh?
Oh, yeah. This is the side thumb.
Oh, wow,
so
cool.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
And this is the 2.
They're quite a lot thicker than I imagined, so I can see why they take so long to cook.
They do. And then this one is 2 fingers, and this one is done 2 fingers done this way and that way, so it creates like a little scoring effect.
Yeah.
And this is 3. And what Christian will now do is he'll do it the other way around, and it creates like a
crisscross kind of
crisscross.
Like. How clever! Well, that's great because that's not what I imagined the Cavatelli, because I've seen it before where it's just done with the thumb, and that's completely revolutionised my view of Cavatelli.
Yeah, and then also Christian has, been working really hard. If like your thumb gets a little bit, say,
sore, you just use a
you can use a knife slowly.
Oh, that looks a little bit easier, doesn't it? Beautiful. It's about getting the right texture. Well, coming up next, we're going to cook the rabbit ragu and then pull this wonderful pasta dish together.
So I'm just going to do a quick rundown of boning a rabbit.
Yep.
So just in case, you can have this done by your butcher, or first thing is just run your knife at the back of the legs. That's the hind leg, the foreleg.
Yep, your front legs.
Cut the saddle into two.
So it's not dissimilar to cutting up a chicken, minus the saddle.
And on here we have a pan. I've got it preheated.
Yep.
Especially for this, it's not boiling it and it's not highly frying it.
Yep.
It's just
slowly sort of caramelizing it.
Correct. And then from here, season it quite generously.
Yep. What do you think defines Sicilian cooking? I mean, in terms of maybe spices or flavour combinations?
Sicilian cooking is basically, I always say, it's like the welcome mat to Italy. So what has happened is that the Spanish were conquered it for 300 years plus. The French have been through it. Sicilian is basically a mixture of a lot of cuisines, a lot of countries that have come through and left their mark on it.
The Moors, definitely with the spices, coriander.
Absolutely.
So we're searing off our rabbit here. What else do we do?
With the sauce, we have some diced onions.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be perfect onions or like perfect dice or so on. We'll add that into the sauce. We have some chopped garlic. And once the rabbit is browned, we'll put that into the container. And then we'll add some tomatoes, a little bit of green chili. And then we'll finish it off once it's all kind of boiling with some pine nuts, capers, some chopped olives.
Yeah,
and
beautiful.
just finish it with a nice sprig of rosemary.
Yeah, just for that sort of the flavour, the aroma.
And then on this side, we made a beautiful brodo, which is just a nice vegetable brodo with some pumpkin, tomato, some herbs.
Yeah,
Just
beautiful.
really flavoursome.
Okay, chef, so I can put into
Absolutely, that's perfect.
casserole.
Yep.
Oh, that's on. Yep. So, do I leave the oil in the pan?
Yes, leave the oil in the pan and we'll use the oil to sweat off all the...
Fantastico.
And then from there we...
Wow, so you're building all those flavours in together. You've got the sofrito
Absolutely.
here with garlic.
Garlic.
And that's picking up all that kind of caramelised flavour of the rabbit.
Yep.
Oh, a bit of lemon.
So really this is what happens here is that you don't want to brown anything really. We just want it to just pick up all the sediment, all that richness from the pan.
Yep.
And then we'll add this.
Smells amazing.
It does taste, and it'll taste even better.
So that goes in your casserole
Yeah.
pot.
And then we have this beautiful broth.
Wow, it's so heady, you know. It's like rich. I can see the brodo, the aromas of the olives and everything in there. The rabbit, so delicious.
And it's simple. It's not like something that's going to take a long time. And hopefully, people when they see this, they'll actually say, "Wow."
Could you do this in a slow cooker?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. It's better slow cooker.
Yeah.
And then some white wine, a little bit of red wine vinegar, or you can also use a little bit of rosato.
Oh, okay, risotto.
Rosato, which is like a rosé, but
Yep.
and then that
Goes into the oven.
goes into the oven.
Fantastic. So simple.
It is.
And I bet you, from just the smell, I bet you the flavours are just amazing.
They are. And just finished off with a little bit of rosemary.
Just a little bit of rosemary.
So once the ragu is finished, you leave the sauce in the casserole,
Yeah.
and you pick out all the rabbit pieces. And what Christian's doing here, he's taking the flesh
Off the bone.
off the bones, making sure that there's no little bits of bone or anything
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And then we're putting the rabbit inside the inside.
The stock and all the vegetables.
mixing it through.
Yeah, beautiful.
And then we have the finished sauce, which is the shredded rabbit meat, all the tomato, and then right at the end we add a little bit of capers,
Yeah.
little Sicilian capers, salted capers, a mixture of pine nuts
And
currants,
this is so Sicilian right here, isn't it? That combination
Absolutely.
of flavours.
and then we just add the cavatelli that we have.
Beautiful.
So what you want to do is now cook the pasta in
the sauce.
In the sauce. And then we have some ricotta salata.
Which is salted ricotta.
Salted ricotta, exactly.
Which is made with sheep's milk or cow's milk?
This is made with cow's milk.
Yep. Yeah. Fantastic, mate. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Ben.
It's been an absolute amazing lunch. I'm going to go to Mr. Bianco and eat this over and over again. It's so delicious. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us.